Today I'm going to show you guys a realistic day in van life. This morning we woke up to the mess we left behind last night. Before we can drive anywhere, we have to clean up and put everything away. This is me standing outside while Nate does his morning business, and then after that we headed to the beach. After the beach we had to clean out all the sand we tracked into the van, and then after that we noticed that our toilet was full, so we had to find a place to dump it. We drove about an hour to a dump station where we dumped our toilet, our gray water, and also filled up our 30-gallon freshwater tank. Then we got back on the road for about an hour, then pulled over to make a snack and another big mess. You can't beat the view though. After that, we did the dishes and carefully stored away all of our breakable items. After that, I did some more vacuuming, and then it was time to make our bed and get ready for nighttime. From here, we did a little computer work, watched the sunset, and then drove to our final sleeping spot. Once we got there, we made dinner and ended the night with Survivor.
Here's what your life could be like if you were living in your van, staying in your parents' driveway for the holidays, and had your girlfriend sleep over last night. So after you wake up, you know it's the Queen's winter break, so you let her sleep in. And then you get started on your morning routine, which consists of a long morning pee, getting dressed, brushing your teeth, and then making a cup of coffee. And after that, you log into work and work for about 3 hours, and then your Queen wakes up and immediately heads inside because she does not want to use your disgusting van toilet. After that, you log on to work for about another hour, make her morning cup of coffee so that she can start her schoolwork, and then you start cooking breakfast. After breakfast, you log back on to work for a couple of hours, and then she cooks you an absolutely stunning baked chicken and broccoli for lunch, and then abruptly afterwards has to head back to her normal person house.
This is what a day in my life looks like living in the van. I start my day by tidying up the place, making the bed, and making sure that everything is put away from the day before. Then I brush my teeth. Then I sit down for a couple minutes to do my morning meditation. Then I feed my cat. I keep all of his cat food in this bench right here so it stays tucked away, that way he can't get into it. And then I pick out what I'm going to wear for the day and put away any leftover clothes that have been left out. I keep all of my clothes in these 2 drawers underneath the bed, and it stays pretty organized, and I can actually fit a lot of stuff in here. Since today's a Wednesday, I go to a morning yoga class at my friend's house, so I always leave the fan vent open and turn the fan on for whenever I leave Fern alone so that the van gets extra ventilation. Then I walk to yoga. After yoga, I walked back to the van and packed up a couple things to take to a coffee shop with me so that I could eat breakfast and use their Wi-Fi to work on some projects. After I finished my work for the day, I took myself to the beach to hang out in the sun for a little bit and enjoy the ocean. Then after the beach, I walked to my friend's apartment to take a shower because he lives close to the beach, and then I went back to the van to make myself something to eat. After dinner, I do the dishes and put everything back in its place. And then Fern and I probably chill for the rest of the evening. Thanks so much for watching, and follow me to stay tuned for more van life videos.
A day in our van life, weekday adventure. We wake up somewhere. Most of the time, it's a beautiful dispersed camping spot. We get ready for our day, do a quick workout, and make some coffee before hitting the road. We drive to our next location. If it's the work week, I'll do the driving while Sunny works from the passenger seat on this cool handmade tray. We finally get to our location and settle in for the workday. Next, we break down our bed into table mode to set up our office, and I get started on making us some lunch. After work, we go outside, explore our surroundings, and have a little bit of fun. We enjoy the sunset, then drive to the location we'll be sleeping for the night. We put up our window covers, and I make us some dinner. We have a nice dinner together and talk about where we want to spend the day tomorrow. Then we clean up and turn our table back into bed mode, and we like to watch a show before bed and get a good night's sleep so we're ready for the next day's adventure.
Here's a pretty typical day living in my van by myself. So I wake up pretty early, around 6 or 7, but I do stay in bed for a long time, so I'm working on it. But then when I finally get up, I make some tea and some breakfast and do whatever work I need to do that day. At some point, I take a break for lunch, do some yoga, try to go for a run, And then this day I ran out of water, so I had to drive to town to get some more. Filled up my water tank, and then while I was in town, I stopped for some groceries. Then I drove back to my campsite, ate some mac and cheese, watched the sunset, and after it gets dark, my brain kind of turns off, so I get in bed at like 6 o'clock and then read or watch TikToks until I fall asleep around 9.
Morning routine, but I live in a vehicle.
First, I put down my window covers.
I'm about to drive to the bathroom. Got my little bathroom bag.
And I head to the bathroom and do my morning routine and then walk back. I head to the nearest laundromat and do some laundry. While I'm making laundry, I made some breakfast.
Okay, I don't have a knife, so I'm gonna cut this with a fork. It's a little brown though. I'm gonna just everything seasoning. So this is how I make coffee. I use my Trader Joe's cold brew concentrate. And pour.
I then head to Planet Fitness, take a shower, use the hydro bed, of course. Went to the beach, edited some TikToks, and went grocery shopping and played pickleball with friends. And that's a day in the life of living in a vehicle.
What does a typical chore day look like on the road in a van with dogs as a solo person? And what is my budget? Let me show you. I start the day with an iced coffee because it's kind of like my weekly treat, and we are going to need it today, total being $6. Then I get right into my least favorite van chore of all time, laundry, which I do about every other week and costs around $10. Next up is my weekly groceries. I like going to Walmart because I can get my food, fill my water, and even get the butane for my stove and pick up some wine. Typically, this ends up around $70. We are almost done, but I do have to get the girls their food, and I mix dry food with wet food, and this typically costs about $45. Last but not least, because I am sweating at this point, I need a hot shower, usually at a gym or a truck stop. Today, it was $10 at a local truck stop, bringing us to a weekly total of $150.
This is a day in my life as a van lifer with a cat. The first thing I'll do when I wake up is I'll put on my slippers because it's cold. Next, I'll give Gigi his breakfast, and then I'll eat my breakfast. First, I had a yummy dragon fruit, and then I headed inside of my girlfriend's house so that I could make some soup since it was so cold this morning. And, of course, a little bit of tea to start my day. I always immediately open all the curtains to get as much natural light in as possible. This will help me warm up the van a little bit on these cold winter days. Oh, and since yesterday was laundry day, today I'll need to put all of the clean laundry back in my bins and under my bed. After finishing up my laundry, I noticed that the floors were a little bit dusty, so I decided to give them a sweep. After sweeping, I decided to disinfect them as well. Next, I'll check on my homework or watch a fun video. Then we'll take Gigi on a daily outing so that we can all get a little bit of exercise and be home in time for a yummy dinner.
Here is a day in the life of me living in my 25-year-old van with my dog. First, I get woken up with the sun. We open the windows, give kisses, drink coffee, brighten the journal. I like to do a little bit of yoga in the morning in the sun. If you know what this is, you know. Fill up my water, clean up the water I spilled, put the water away. This is me putting my gray water tank away. Do my hair. This is my van. Laying in the sun again. Decided to make some matcha. Take my dog for a walk. And then I went for a nice peaceful drive. Van life isn't always glamorous, but it's always an adventure. Thanks for watching.
Welcome to a day in my life living in a van in Southern California with my boyfriend Kyle. In the morning we headed straight to the beach so we could do a little hike and see some really pretty ocean views. Next we made some lunch and went to the gas station to refill our water tank so that we could shower. And I obviously didn't film this part, but yes, we do take hot showers in our van, which is so nice. Then we headed back to the beach so we could take our 3-year anniversary photos. And Kyle was in pain because he forgot his flip-flops. Then we sprinted so we wouldn't miss the sunset, which was so beautiful that night. Here are the photos that we took. To end the day, we went to Trader Joe's to get our favorite snacks for a movie night. Check out my latest YouTube video for more.